Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I hope everyone had a wonderful week. It's great to be with you virtually this evening to welcome in Shabbat with Cantor Edison and Kevin. We are going to begin our Shabbat service now with Al Shlosha Devarim. If you have your Shabbat prayer book, you're welcome to follow along on page 338, Al Shlosha Devarim.
Shlosha Devarim, Shlosha Devarim, Shlosha Devarim, Ha'olam, Omet. Shlosha Devarim, Shlosha Devarim, Shlosha Devarim, Ha'olam, Omet. Ala Torah, V'ala Avodah, V'al Gemilut Chasadim. Ala Torah, V'ala Avodah, V'al Gemilut Chasadim. Shlosha Devarim, Shlosha Devarim, Shlosha Devarim, Ha'olam, Omed.
Our service continues now with the blessing for the Shabbat candles. That may be found on pages 2 and 3 of the prayer book. You are welcome to rise if you would like. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kivshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot and commands us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
It's
Our service continues now on page 4. Vayhi Erev, Vayhi Boker, Yom HaShishi. And there was evening, and there was morning, the 6th day.
Vayechol Elohim bayom hashvi'i lofto asher asa. Vayishpot bayom hashvi'i mikol lofto asher asa. Vayechol hashamayim ve'haaretz tichotzi ba'am. Vayechol hashamayim ve'haaretz tichotzi ba'am. Vavarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i vayikadesh oto. Ki bo Shabbat yikol melachto asher bara Elohim la'asot. Vayechol hashamayim ve'haaretz tichotzi ba'am. Vayechol hashamayim ve'haaretz tichotzi ba'am.
You are welcome to rise now for Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu. Shabbat kodsho v'ava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron le'maseh bereshit, ki lo yom techilo l'mikroi kodesh, zecher l'tzniot Mitzrayim. Kivanu b'chorta, yotanu kidasha, mikol omim, v'shabbat kodshecha, ve'ava uvratzon, Inchatanu, Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat. Amen.
L'chaim. You may be seated. Our service continues now on page 6. May the door of this sanctuary be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. Our service continues now with Shalom Aleichem, page 24.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Akadosh, Akadosh, Baruch Hu. Malachem Shalom, Malachem Shalom, Malachem, Malachem Mimelech Malachem Malachim, Akadosh, Akadosh, Baruch Hu. Barchuni l'shalom, malachem shalom, malachem, malachem yom. Mimelech malchem malachim, Akadosh, Akadosh, Baruch Hu. Seichem l'shalom, malachem shalom, malachem, malachem yom. Mimelech malchem malachim, Akadosh, Akadosh, Baruch Hu.
Bless me with peace, O messengers of peace, angels of the Most High, majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing. Depart in peace, O messengers of peace, angels of the Most High, majesty of majesties, Holy One of blessing. Our service continues now on page 26 with the Chatzi Kaddish.
Yitgadol, Yitgadash, Shemei Rabbah, Yaleman Yifrach Elotei, Yamlich Malchutei, Bechai Yechon Uvyom Echon, Uchai Yidechon Beit Yisrael, Bagala, Uvisman Karif, Ve'yimeru, Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah Mevarach, Le'olam u'le'al ve'almaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach v'yishtabach, Yitbarach v'yitramah v'yitnaseh, V'yitador, v'yitaleh, v'yitaleh, Shemei Kedishah, Ve'ela mikol b'chata, v'shirata, Tishbichata, v'nechemata, Damiran mi'alema, v'yimeru, Amen.
Our service continues now on page 28 with the Baruch Hu, the call to worship. You are welcome to rise.
La 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 la. יתברך לעולם ועד.
You may be seated. Our service continues now with the Mari Aravim prayer in the Hebrew on page 30. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bibaro ma'ariv aravim, v'chochma poteach she'arim, u'bikunan neshaneh itim, u'machalif et hazmanim, u'msader et hakochavim, v'mishmeroteha marakia kirtzono. Borei yom v'layla, v'lel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Uma'avir yom u'mevi layla, uma'avir ben yom u'ben layla, Adonai tzvaot shema. El chai v'kayam tamid yimoch aleinu le'olam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim. And I'll be reading now on page 32. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel, by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai, our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people, Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Our service continues now with the Shema, pages 34 and 35. You are welcome to rise. You may be seated.
V'ata et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibata v'ham v'shivtecha b'betecha v'vlechtecha b'derech v'shachvecha v'v'komecha v'kshaitam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha v'ktavtam amezuzot betecha v'visharecha Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiyot lachem le'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet. Our service continues now on page 40 with Mi Chamocha.
Mi chamocha b'lim Adonai
How about that cancer? No pandemic is going to keep him down. Sounding great. Thank you very much. We're going to continue our service now on page 43. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, ve'al Yerushalayim. Our service continues now with the Shamru, page 44.
Et Shabbat, ledonotam, veritomam, einilvem b'nei Yisrael, ot mi'leolam. Sheshet Yamim, Asadonai, et Hashamayim, V'yetoret, Uvayom Hashmim, Shabbat.
Our service continues now on page 46 with the tefillah. You are welcome to rise.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufiach tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibur v'Hanavah El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim V'Konei HaKol V'Zocher Chastei Avot V'Imahot U'Mevi Geula Livnei B'neihem L'ma'an Shemo B'Yahava Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mikayel HaKol Atah Rab L'Hoshia Morid Hatal Mechalkel Chayim B'Chesed מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בגבורות, ומדומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום, יהללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. You may be seated. Our service continues now on page 60 with Shalom, our prayer for peace.
Shalom Rav on Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav on Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Ki ato melech Adon, lechol hashalom. Ki ato melech Adon, lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav on Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav on Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. V'tov be'enecha livarech et Amcha Yisrael, b'chol עת ובכל שעה ישלומך. Shalom Rav on Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav on Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Le'olam. Baruch atah Adonai Amvarech et Amo Yisrael Shalom.
For the prayer for our country this evening, I'll be reading on page 61. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within its borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praise are you, eternal one, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, Amavarech et Amo Yisrael Shalom. We will continue now on page 259 with the prayer for the state of Israel. Sha'alu Shalom Yerushalayim Yishlael Ohavayach. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. Avinu Shabbat Bashamayim, Sur Yisrael V'Go'alah. O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, Bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen. At this time, we turn to page 253 in the prayer book. As we prepare to offer the Misha Berach prayer now, I'll invite you to type in the names of those in your lives in need of healing, whether that be a healing of body, of mind, or of spirit. On this Shabbat, we think of for healing all those who were affected by Hurricane Laura, who lost their homes and who were injured by that terrible hurricane. And we also call to mind all those who continue to suffer from the coronavirus here in our country, throughout the world. We pray that they may be granted a refuah shlema, a complete recovery. Amen. Misha Berach, Avotenu, Imotenu, Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, Yivarech, et Achonim. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal those who are ill. May the blessed Holy One be filled with compassion, for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, as we say, Amen.
May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu, bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
We take a few moments now for our own silent prayers and reflections.
Shalom, shalom,
It is the fourth Friday of the month, and we are going to celebrate virtual anniversary blessings. I see that many of you mentioned your anniversaries in our comments earlier this evening. Thank you. If you wouldn't mind, please type them in again and share with us your name, the date of your wedding, the date of the month in either July or August, and how many years you've been married so that we can acknowledge your anniversary and wish you mazel tov. So you can go ahead and start typing now. In the meantime, I'm going to offer this blessing for our July and August anniversaries. Ani l'dodi v'dodi li, I am my beloved's, and my beloved is mine. From the Song of Songs. O God, eternal source of blessing, we turn to you in gratitude for the strength and devotion that has preserved and sustained these couples and permitted them to reach this day. Many and varied have been their experiences since the day of their wedding. Many have been the mingled occasions of victory and defeat, of fulfillment and disappointment. In joys and trials alike, they have supported one another. May God shelter you by day, give you rest at night, and send good companions to go with you on the way. May this hour offer a happy amen to the hopes and prayers of your wedding day and the joyous years to come, as we say amen. Now, I would like to wish a mazel tov to our July and August anniversaries. We have Stacy and Ethan, July 20th, 17 years. Mike and Sue Nissenblatt, 35 years on August 11th. Judy and Jay Sadowski, August 19th, 53 years. Mark and Robin Streitman, August 21st, 32 years. Lynn and Jeff Herman, July 18th, 50 years. Mazel tov. Bill and Carol Stolo, July 11th, 44 years. Don and Corey Younger, married 6 years on July 12th. I know that because I was there and had the great pleasure of officiating at that wedding. Arnie and Aline Dubinsky, August 24th, 52 years. And I believe we had the Whitmans a little earlier here as well. I don't know which one. Let's see if I can find it here. Ira and Audrey Whitman, 50th anniversary celebration on August 19th. So I want to wish a mazel. Oh, wait a minute. And Donna and Steve Anderson, 42 years on August 20th. So I want to wish a hearty mazel tov to all of our anniversaries. And now we will offer the Shechianu prayer. And I'd also like to wish a mazel tov to Phyllis and Stan Kremen, married 49 years on August 8th. Mazel tov to you and mazel tov to everyone. Okay, friends, we will continue now with our Torah service. That may be found on page 244 with Ein Kamocha, page 244.
Ein kamocha Elohim Adonai, v'ein k'masecha, malchutecha malchut kol olamim, u'nefshatecha b'chol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai melech, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai osem oitem, Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom.
You are welcome to rise as we continue with Av HaRachamim.
Av HaRachamim, etiva v'tzonecha v'tzion, tibechomat Yerushalayim, tibechomat Yerushalayim.
We continue with Ki Mitzion.
Ki Mitzion Tetzei Torah, Ki Mitzion Tetzei Torah, U'devar Adonai Yerushalayim, Baruch Shelotam Torah Torah, Baruch Shelotam Torah Torah, Le'amo Yisrael B'kedushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadol Adonai iti, V'namama Shemo Yachdav, Lecha Adonai HaGedol, HaGevora, HaTiferet, HaNetzach v'Had, Ki kol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz, Ki kol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz, Lecha Adonai ha'mamlacha, Yamit na'aseh lechol enosh.
Thank you, Cantor and Kevin. We will continue with our Torah reading now. This evening, Cantor will be chanting the Torah portion. I'll be following along in the Torah scroll. The Torah portion this week is Ki Teitzei from the book of Deuteronomy. It can, of course, the Torah contains in its entirety 613 mitzvot, or 613 commandments. According to the scholar Maimonides, this Torah portion, Ki Teitzei, has 72 of them, which is the largest number of any section of the Torah. Notice that 72 is also a lucky number in Judaism. It is 18, high, 18 times 4. This reminds us that following the commandments and performing mitzvot can enrich our lives. This week's portion actually concludes with an unusual commandment. We read about Amalek, the sworn enemy of the Israelites, and the Torah tells us, remember what Amalek did to you on your journey after you left Egypt, how he surprised you on the march when you were famished and weary and attacked from the rear. You shall blot out the memory of Amalek from under heaven. Do not forget. Amalek attacked the Israelites from behind. He was the biblical prototype of an enemy of the Jewish people. The rabbis said that Haman from Purim was descended from Amalek. There is an unusual aspect of this commandment, though. It says we are to blot out and remove the memory of Amalek. We are to forget him. Yet the Torah then tells us, do not forget. So which is it? Are we supposed to remember Amalek or blot out his name and forget him? I suspect it is both. We are to remember the tyrants that harmed our people in the past, Amalek and Haman and, of course, Hitler. We are to never forget. Yet we blot out their names, which is to say, we do not only live in suffering as Jews. We also celebrate all the positive aspects of our religion and our traditions. This portion reminds us of the importance of memory. In the Torah, God put a rainbow in the sky to symbolize that God will remember the covenant and never destroy the earth again. God remembered the Israelite slaves and freed our ancestors. We too remember God and follow the commandments. The fourth commandment we read, it says, remember Shabbat and keep it holy. Memory is particularly important at this time of year as we approach Rosh Hashanah. During the high holy days, we remember the year that has gone past and reflect upon our deeds. We remember our loved ones in Yizkor who have left us but remain in our hearts. And on the holidays, we ask God to remember us, to inscribe us in the book of life, to be with us and to protect us, especially in this year as we continue to face this pandemic. And so we cherish the memories of the past, we remember injustices, and we remember the difficult times. The founder of the Hasidic movement was known as the Baal Shem Tov. He once said that in remembrance lies the secret of redemption. The more we can remember and learn from the past, the greater potential lies in our future. Cantor will now continue with our Torah reading from the book of Deuteronomy. Ki Tetzei for the Torah blessings this evening. We are going to have a virtual aliyah, which means you all get to sing at home, sing loud, take pride in the Torah. Let's hear some loud Torah blessings reverberating through the universe on its up to God and to the temple of B'nai Shalom. Cantor is going to sing here in our congregation. You can sing with him, and I'll offer the response line. So let us proceed now with our Torah aliyah.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaBarach.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah. Ki Tetzei B'milchama al oivecha untano Adonai Elohecha biadecha tishavita shivyo v'ra'ita b'shivya eshet yefatoa v'ashachtava v'lakachta lecha le'isha b'beiteh El tov beitecha v'gilcha et rosha v'asta et sipaneha v'hesira et simlat shivya me'aleha v'yashra b'beitecha uvachta et avicha v'et ema yerech yamim v'achar ken tavo elecha u'malata V'hayita lecha le'isha v'haya imlo chafatzta ba v'shilachta lenafsha ומחר לא תמכרנה בכסף, לא תתעמר בה תחת אשר עיניתה. כן תהיינה לאיש שתי נשים, האחת אהובה והאחת שנואה, וילדו לו בנים, האהובה והשנאה, והיה הבן הבכור לשנאה.
We will continue now with the blessing after the Torah reading.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'chaye olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher Koach. Thank you, Cantor. Now I'll invite you to rise as we give honor to the Torah scroll.
V'zod haTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael. Ki Adonai biyad Moshe. La 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 la
As we return the Torah scroll to the Ark, we will continue with Eitz Chaim, page 256, Eitz Chaim.
Eitz Chaim lemachasikim v'tamecheha me'oshar
Our service continues now with the Aleinu prayer, page 282.
Aleinu nishabach l'Adon hakol, l'tegidu la yotzei breshit, shelo asad l'kigoyei haratzot, v'lo somanu k'mishpichot ha'adama, shelo sam karkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu k'chol ha'amonam, va'anachnu koreim u'mishtachavim u'modim לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
You may be seated.
שהוא נותן שמיים ויוצא לארץ, ובשם יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו תגוון מרומים. אלוהינו באלף, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, הכתוב בתורתו, ידעת יום והחשיבותך בלבדך. כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, יורד
open page 294. As we prepare to recite the Kaddish prayer, our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we recall for Kaddish Wayne Guberman, husband of Lita Guberman, and we remember for Yahrzeit Philip Yallo, William Dauch, Ted Goldberg, Joe Goldfinger, Toby Kravitz, Barbie Kremen, Ann Levine, Frank Moore, Sylvia Parker, Shirley Peltz, Alan Plans, David Sinyever, Eva Stoller, Rosalind White, Melvin Zimmer, Matthew Ryan Abraham, Max Isaac, Zena Roseman, Morris Rosenbaum, and Bessie Rosenblatt. I'll invite you to rise now as we recall our loved ones and we join in reciting the Kaddish prayer. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabah. V'alman v'brach hiroteh v'yamlech malchoteh. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei v'chol beit Yisrael. V'agala v'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba v'vorach le'olam u'lamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei v'kudisha b'richu. Le'elam v'yinkol v'yirchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata. Da'amiram v'yama v'yimru amen. Yehei Shmama Rabba min Shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Osei Shalom min Ramav. Say Shalom. Aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yimru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. Thank you very much, Cantor and Kevin, for our beautiful music this evening. I want to let everyone know we will be having a Zoom Oneg immediately following the service. I will turn on the Zoom immediately once we conclude, and we'll welcome the schmooze and say hello to one another. You received the Zoom Oneg link in your email from the synagogue. Also, I want to let everyone know our Beach Havdalah, which was scheduled for this Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Due to weather, has been moved to the following Saturday. That will be Saturday the 5th at 6:30 p.m. on Monmouth Beach. Please RSVP if you'd like to join us for that. On the 5th, also at 10:30 in the morning, we are having our backyard in-person Shabbat Minyan service. We had a great time last Friday evening in the backyard. And the good news about having the service this Saturday is it can't get dark on us because it'll be 10:30 in the morning. Yep. So Saturday the 5th, 10:30 a.m. Minyan service in the backyard. Please, of course, wear masks. We'll be doing the social distancing. And then on the evening of the 5th, we'll have the Beach Havdalah at 6:30. And now, let us conclude our service with Esa Einai, page 70, followed immediately by the Bore Motzi and the Zoom Omen.
Esa Einai, El He'arim, Me'ayin Ya'avo Ezri. Esa Einai, El He'arim, Me'ayin Ya'avo Ezri. Ezri, Me'im Adonai, Oseh Shamayim V'Haaretz. Ezri, Me'im Adonai, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari hagafen. Amen.
L'chaim.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. May we all stay safe and healthy and have a good and peaceful week to all. Shabbat Shalom.